The education faculty offers teacher training or teacher education. So if you're keen on teaching as a profession, it's the faculty to come to. And there are two options. You can either join us straight from matric and register for a Bachelor of Education, which is a 4-year degree, and it's for foundation phase teaching. So it's grade R to grade 3. And then you would be with us and you would do 4 years of education studies. Or you could do a more general degree and come to us when you've finished that, like a BA or BSc or BCom, and then come to us and do 1 year of a postgraduate certificate in education to qualify as a high school teacher. I would like to think that we've got a really good quality BEd program. We actually reintroduced it in 2015 because we used to have it and then we stopped offering it when they reorganized higher education. But we started again, and I think what's very special is that we're particularly targeting isiXhosa speakers because we have a shortage of teachers in the foundation phase who can teach in an African language. And so although the class is diverse in terms of students, we do target East Cape learners that are mother tongue Xhosa speakers. And I think it's an exciting degree because our numbers are quite small. So the class is usually between 60 and 70, and you get a lot of individual attention. We know our learners by name. It's small groups. You know, we break up. So the biggest class you'll be in is a class of 70, but then a lot of the subjects we break up into smaller groups. So you really get to know your lecturers and your classmates, and I think that's really important. So in the first year, they do 2 humanities subjects, and those are languages. So they have to do English linguistics and language, plus they do isiXhosa, and Afrikaans students can do Afrikaans. Afrikaans only starts in the 2nd year though. And they do those subjects on the main campus with the other BA students. And then they come to us and they spend a lot of time here doing their education subjects. And in terms of education, you do what we would call the foundation subjects. So you look at the sort of theory of education, and the focus is on children. How do children learn? How do children develop? Plus it's on the teaching subjects. And in the foundation phase, it would be your languages, your maths, your numeracy, and your life skills. And so you'll do a lot of those sort of method courses, as we call them, here in the department.
Do they have opportunities to go to schools to get some service training?
Yes, so that starts, there's not a lot of that in the first year, but from year 2 they do more and more. And by the end of the degree they've done, it's about 20 weeks that they've spent in schools. And they do them in big chunks of time. And they are usually placed in local schools in Makanda. And then we visit and we go and observe them and support them, and yeah, they always find that one of the highlights. Right. We have the Funza Lashaka bursary scheme, which is a state scheme. It's a merit scheme, so you've got to get certain marks in order to be able to be eligible for a bursary. And those students get placed in schools, public schools in the Eastern Cape. We haven't had a difficulty with placing students, and even if you're not on a bursary, there's such a shortage because the teachers in the foundation phase in South Africa are generally quite old. Many of them look like me, and so you know there's a lot of movement there. So it's not difficult to get jobs. Yeah. The entrance requirements are quite high. You have to have a level 3 pass in maths or a level 4 pass in your National Senior Certificate for Maths Lit. And then you've got to have a level 4, which is over 50% for your home language and for your first additional language. And the reason for that is because children in South Africa one of the biggest stumbling blocks is that they can't read and that our teachers struggle to teach maths. So we want students coming in that have an ability to be taught mathematics and to be able to teach mathematics very well. So when we do our selection, it's really important for a student, an applicant, to show or motivate for why they want to do foundation faith teaching. And it might be that they've been involved in some sort of volunteer work, working with young children. It's important that you actually put that in your application. The other thing I want to say is just to show you and excite you, these are some of the booklets that our students have produced. They've brought out one every year where they pay tribute and they tell the stories of their best teacher, the teacher that most informed them and made them come into teaching as a profession. And you'll see their stories and their various ones. And I just think it's such a wonderful way to pay tribute to the teachers that have taught you. So there's lots of exciting work that happens, and we can do this because we have small classes. All roads lead to Rhodes, where leaders learn